I learned from Islam. I mean, Islam is a stupid religion. If we go right now to any Islamic website, what the question is? Can I fart in the mosque? Huh? Shaytan, he do fart. Each time you call for a prayer, Shaytan do fart. This is Islam. Go right now and search in YouTube about farting in the mosque. You will find tons of Muslims, scholars, supposedly, teaching you how and what is the rules of farting. Have you ever heard of religion like this? There's a guy, he got degrees in farting. Because Islam is specifically, Al-Khomeini, he said to the Muslim Sunni that you have a huge library on bathroom knowledge, which means from the west and down. But the Shia are not better. They have a huge library in the same garbage. So when a Muslim speak about knowledge, me myself, I learn every day something new. You go through a book you never read before and you discover something new suddenly. Same, you read my book, you discover everything for you and you, because simply you never been through those the history of Islam and the garbage of Islam. So learning from somebody is great, because this is how it is, my friend. Somebody have to learn from somebody, and no shame in that. So if you try to put me down saying, okay, Christian Prince, he learned from this guy, even if it's not true, I might, learn even from him, from this Abdul something. You never know. He is an idiot, he's a stupid, but maybe he can fix my faucet. Maybe, but then no. But maybe he can he can teach me how to put a cotton in the anus of a dead man, because this is what Islam teach you. I never did that before, but maybe he did. If you remember, there's a story of a man who died, and the scholar, he says, this man is not dead, and he's a Muslim. The other Muslim, they said to him, how do you know he is not dead? He said, because if you place your finger in his anus, if it is cold, that's mean he is dead. If it is warm, that's mean he's alive. And then the scholar continues saying, and after I said that, all the ones presented in the funeral, they started placing their fingers in the anus of the dead man, and they found that he was not dead. So maybe he is, he have knowledge. Islam is a stupid religion, and to claim that you know it all, it's impossible, especially with thousands of Islamic sect. Muhammad, he said, my nation will be 73 sect. This is stupid, and an additional false prophecy of Muhammad. Nobody can count how many sect there is in Islam. It is impossible. Same time, every sect have different teaching, to the point they don't match in anything. You see, the ruling of marriage, even the Islam inside this Islamic Sunni sect is different. Divorce, rape, Sunni sect themselves, they don't agree with each other, and they don't, like, they call themselves Sunni, yes, but the fact their sect, which is born out of sect, they say to you, we have 4 Sunni sect, but the fact, this is absolutely false. There is tons of sect right now are born of the Sunni. As an example, the one who I wrote in my book, Quran and Science, about his false miracle, his name is Harun Yahya. I forgot his real name. He's arrested right now, actually. You see this guy, he have a bunch of belly dancers in his da'wah show to bring people to Islam. Women wearing almost no clothes, very short skirt, drinking whiskey and beer. And he said that bikini is the Islamic veil. That is a sect, and he's a Sunni. His sect believe in that. His sect believe that Allah did not forbid whiskey, Allah forbid wine. Show me where the whiskey is in the Quran. That's what he said. Show me where in the Quran it says women, they should not wear bikini. Where? The story in the Quran is speaking about the wives of Muhammad should not be exposed, and the reason for that exposure was Umar al-Khattab, who was spying at the ass of Sauda, where in the hadith he said, Arifnaki ya Sauda, Arifnaki ya Sauda. So he was spying at her, making fun of her ass because she is big, and making fun of her because he noticed her, or he saw her doing poo-poo, and with no shame he screamed saying, oh, we saw you, Sauda. Hey, Sauda, I saw you. So all what Muslims claim to be knowledge is knowledge of farting, garbage, and crazy. I mean, if I go right now and I try to understand this hadith in front of me, the Prophet said, when Shaitan hears the call to prayer, he turns back and break winds so as not to hear the call being made. Okay, hold on, hold on. So the purpose of Shaitan farting, that he will not hear the call of the prayer. Just to show you how stupid liar Muhammad is. You see, in order to cover a sound, you have to make a sound from the similar frequency. To make it simple for you, if I can hear music, I can hear music, and there is a whistle for dogs. I don't know if you know about it, which you cannot hear it, but dogs can hear it. Okay. So how I can cover something which is the call of the prayer, which is the human being voice, by farting, unless it is from the same kind of frequency can be heard by a human being. So why we don't hear the Shaitan farting? I never heard of anyone hearing Shaitan farting. This is only in the fiction stupidity of Muhammad. And then the purpose of Shaitan not to hear, or the target is not to hear by doing farting. I mean, there is millions of Muslims calling for a prayer every day in the world, and now you are telling me Shaitan is going to fart all over the galaxy. Is that explaining the global warming? The people who they call themselves go green, you know, keep talking about. Shaitan fart at least 5 times a day. When he hear 1.5 billion Muslims praying to Allah, that's the most stupid statement. Obviously, your prophet is a shish kebab falafel, you know, story maker. This is a story. Even kids will not believe in it. They will laugh at it. I challenge any Muslim to make a cartoon about this. Who is the Muslim who is proud about what he is a prophet and he is willing to make a cartoon about how Shaitan fart when you Muslims pray? And look at the connection between the fart of Shaitan and Allah name. You mention Allah name, Shaitan fart. Shaitan fart, Allah name is mentioned. That is even an insult, not only to human being brain, it's insult to your God. You just said that Shaitan fart at your Allah name. Same time, you know, your prophet, he is very wise, saying that if you stop calling Allah for a prayer, Shaitan, he stop farting. Okay, read with me. And when he hear the iqama, he again run away so as not to hear its voice. And when it stop, he comes back to distract. But the hadith says that Muhammad, he was distracted by Shaitan during the time he was praying, which means he was saying the name of Allah, yet Shaitan is all over him. And the hadith says that Muhammad, he stretched his hands out so he can grab him. Obviously Muhammad is lying here. How Shaitan run away and he fought because you say the name of Allah, and Muhammad is praying and Shaitan is jumping over his shoulders? And how Muhammad learned this knowledge? Is that in the Quran? Allah, he sent the angel to say to Muhammad, hey, there's a connection between farting and Shaitan. Is that explain why the mosque of Islam smells so bad? Is that explain why around the Kaaba you Muslim keep spraying perfume? They have 4 soldiers spraying perfume because the smell is so disgusting. People are sweating by thousands. Pagans kissing stones, licking stones. Shaitan piss in your ears. Shaitan sleep in your nose. Shaitan round himself around your penis. I mean, what kind of religion this religion is? None of you Muslims will ask himself what kind of stupid teaching this teaching is.